Hi, everyone. Hope everything's going well and you had a good weekend. So, of course, most of you are now in a group of 2 or 3. So, I hope that you all saw my the group assignments that I sent out a few days ago, Thursday, I believe. I also have emailed each group, so hopefully, if you have not seen that, make sure you check your email and check the previous Canvas announcement. But if you have not already contacted your group members, make sure you do that right now. And I'm seriously just pause this video and contact them right now, or as soon as you finish this announcement. So from here until the end of the course, you will be regularly working with your group members on the grant proposal draft, including all of the other elements of that process, such as the researching part, discussing it with each other, asking questions of our community partner, things like that. All of that is part of your collaboration. So the first thing you and your group will need to do together is to complete the project plan group assignment, and that will be due Wednesday night. So for that assignment, you and your group will collaborate with just one submission per group. So for that assignment, there is a Google Doc linked to on Canvas, which you'll be prompted to make a copy of once you click that document. So you and your group should complete this together. And so that might start with one of you making a copy and then sharing it with the rest of your group members so that you all have access to it. And then, of course, each of you works on that one document together. But I do strongly urge you to set up a quick video meeting together, if you can, to get to know each other, talk about the grant proposal assignment, and talk through your plans. Having a working meeting to complete this project plan group assignment can be a great approach, and it can also save you a lot of time of emailing back and forth, messaging back and forth. So completing this plan together should help you ensure some strong communication and a clear approach for your group. So then, of course, I know that Wednesday will come up very quickly, so do try to schedule a meeting with each other as soon as you can if you haven't already. So there can be a lot involved with juggling and coordinating schedules. I did try to match group members up so that their schedules would try to match up based on the availability you all sent me, but that still can be a tricky thing to coordinate with one another. So I know that this is, of course, an online course, but I also recommend that your group plans on scheduling some regular meetings with each other, probably by video, so that you can have more effective collaboration. So, for example, some groups might want to meet every week. Other groups decide to meet every other week. Or others just as needed. It kind of depends on the group a little bit. But this is where you and your group members can discuss it and see what makes sense for your group. One important note, though, a couple of you have received approval to work independently with a different community partner. So those of you who are doing that independent work will be completing the solo project plan instead. I have a link to that document on Canvas, and I also emailed it to the two of you who are doing that, just so you have access to that. So then after the project plans are completed by Wednesday, for Thursday, we'll be jumping right into Module 4, which is when we'll begin work on the grant proposal itself. So this will begin with some lesson materials on the problem and need statement. So it's a very important part of the grant proposal. And so this includes reading Lesson 5 from our textbook, The Only Grant Writing Book You'll Ever Need, and also some sample problem statements as well. So then we'll have a discussion post for Thursday in which you will analyze some sample problem need statements, and then begin planning your own problem or need statement for the program that you need to fund for our community partner. So then when you reply to your classmates, which is the replies will be due on Monday, next Monday, you'll start out by responding to your own group members. So those of you who are in a group of 2, respond to your fellow group member first, or if you're in a group of 3, respond to both of them first. So that way you're using those discussion activities as a way to further collaborate with your group members. And then, of course, you can also take a look at what your other classmates are saying, because that's going to give you some other good ideas. You can respond to other groups. And, of course, there are other groups working on the same project that you are, just in a different group. So that might be helpful to see what they are writing about. So I would I would have had that discussion due on Friday, but Friday is fall break for the university. I mean, very few people have Friday classes nowadays. But either way, it's fall break, and so I'm not allowed to have anything actually due on Friday. So I know that's kind of quick with the Wednesday, Thursday with our other assignments this week. So do let me know if those due dates cause you any difficulties, and if we need any extensions based on your schedules, you just talk to me about that. As you begin working with your group and starting with the grant proposal writing process, you'll also see if you look ahead, that we'll be establishing a fairly predictable and regular rhythm to our weeks for the next month or so. So we'll be addressing each section of the grant proposal one by one with a new module for each. So we'll start out with some lesson materials, a discussion for analyzing some samples and planning your own section, and then a rough draft of that section. So your group will need to be collaborating on writing the drafts of each of those sections. And of course, for each rough draft of a section, we'll have a peer review discussion where you'll give each other, that is, you'll give other groups some feedback, and then your group will receive feedback from other groups. And so this approach will continue into November, when we'll be putting all of the pieces together. And of course, I do encourage you and your group to look ahead on our schedule as you plan out your work. So when you're planning out everything, you can see, okay, when is everything due? When are all of the different pieces of the grant proposal going to be written? Of course, one important note, as we get into this new rhythm of the class, you and your group members should also want to make sure you're clear about what you're collaborating on and what you need to be working on independently. So collaboration is going to be on planning and drafting each section of the grant proposal. So that, of course, will include all the parts of the writing process, all including group meetings, group discussions with one another about it. But you'll be working independently when you're completing the discussion posts, in which you're analyzing each element of a grant proposal, that is like the samples and engaging their class readings. So you'll do that before you start drafting each section with your group. But you will also work independently when you're giving feedback to other groups on drafts of their proposals. I hope that makes sense. But if you don't hesitate to contact me if you're ever uncertain about anything, you're not sure if something's supposed to be worked on as a group or it's supposed to be individually. I can clarify if there's any confusion. So then, of course, as your group begins working on the various sections of the grant proposal, you will certainly find that you need additional information or you have questions for our community partner. So make sure that your entire group is in agreement on what you need to contact the community partner about and who will initiate the contact. And of course, feel free to check with me and also carbon copy me onto any emails with the community partner. That way we can avoid bombarding them with emails from multiple members of the same group. So we have quite a few groups as it is. That way, just one person per group is contacting our community partner. Again, our community partner contact is Kate Uragon, and her contact information is on Canvas. Just go to the community partner tab that you can see in the left-hand column, and so you can scroll down and find her contact information there. Of course, collaborative writing can sometimes be very challenging, and each of you can bring different strengths and ideas to the process. So what works for one group might not actually work for another group. But as you approach the collaboration, you should consider how to be equitable in the distribution of work so that each member of the group participates and does a fair share of the work. So I am, of course, very happy to help out groups with this if you're unable to decide on a best approach for splitting up the work or have any difficulties with it. But remember to just kind of think through the entire process so that by the end, you can look back and see how each member of the group gave some equal contributions and everybody in the group is satisfied with the extent of each person's contributions. So if you and your group do have any questions, any concerns, any difficulties, anything at all, don't hesitate to contact me. And I see this announcement is very long, so I'll leave it at that. But I hope this week goes well for you as you begin your collaborations.